Hi folks, Anne McKinnell here. Thanks for joining me. So today I would like to share with you a super easy way of adding dramatic and cinematic looks to your photos in Lightroom. So let's get started. So this is the photo that I'm going to work with today. I made this photo at the Dead Horse Ranch State Park in Arizona. It was a lovely evening. We had these gorgeous reflections. So I'm going to click on the Develop module in Lightroom, and I have already made the basic adjustments to this photo. So I've adjusted my highlights and my shadows and the white balance and all of that sort of regular stuff that you do. And what I want to do now is create other versions that have maybe more dramatic looks to them. But I want to save this version as it is. So what I like to do is go down here and right click on this thumbnail at the bottom, and I'm going to create a virtual copy. Okay, and that gives me a copy to work on, and I can mess around in this copy and not worry about affecting my original straight photograph, if you will. Okay. So as always, there are many different ways of accomplishing the same goal in Lightroom. So when I want to add some color grading, what I like to do, the easiest way I've found to do it, is in split toning. Okay, so on the modules on the right hand side, I'm going to go down here and click split toning. Now, if you have the very latest version of Lightroom that was released just a few days ago in October 2020, they've actually changed the name of this module to color grading, and it has a few more features than what I'm going to show you today. But if you're anything like me, I always wait a little bit when it comes to upgrading to a new feature or a new version of any of my software. I find that they tend to have bugs when they're first released, so I always wait a little while before I download the upgraded version. So I'm still working in the previous version where this is called split toning. Alright, so what you can do is you have highlights and you have shadows. And what you're going to do is tone the highlights and the shadows with whatever color you choose. So you can click in this little box here. We'll start with the highlights, and you can just click around in here and see what you get. Just experiment. Okay, so I'm going to pick maybe some sort of an orangey kind of color for the highlights. All right, and I'll just close this, and then what I can do is choose the saturation level for that color. Okay, and that's right underneath the hue, so maybe I might want to turn that up, or I can turn that down. You can play around here and choose what you want that to look like. And then again, you can do the same thing with the shadows. Okay, so I'll click the box. Maybe I'll pick a blue shade for the shadows. Maybe a darker blue would be nice. And again, you can choose the saturation level. So I can turn this up and I can turn that down. I think I'm going to leave that one at about 50%. And then you also have a balance slider. And if you want the whole photo to lean a little bit more towards this orange color for the highlights, you can move the slider over to the right. And if you want it to be a little bit more blue for the shadows, you can move this slider a little bit more to the left. Okay, I like that. I think that looks pretty nice there. So once you have something that you like, if you want to save this and use it for, say, all of your other photos that you made at the same location so that they all have a similar look and feel, you can save this as a preset. So what you do is on the left hand side, go over here to presets, click on this plus button, and you click create preset. Okay, and then you can save this and use it later. for your other photos. And just make sure that the only things that you have checked for your preset are the things that affect your color. So your basic toning, your white balance, the split toning especially. Okay, I'm just going to cancel out of this. Now I've created a set, I think there are 15 different split toning presets that I've saved for myself. These are my favorite ones that I like to use on my photos. And I'm going to share these with you so you can download these and use these exact ones on your photos. You can make adjustments to them. You can use them just to kind of deconstruct what colors I've used. So look in the description below the video and I'll leave a link there where you can go and download these split toning presets and use them on your own photos. Oh, that one looks nice. I think I'll choose that one there. It's quite close to what I just did. All right. So after you've downloaded, the file is a zip file. What you're going to do is come back in here to Lightroom in the same place, presets. You click on the plus button and you click import presets. And you can just import that zip file and it'll come into your presets just like this in a folder called and split tones. Now these will still work with the new version of Lightroom where this is called color grading. Okay, in the new version you have highlights and shadows just like this, but you also have midtones. So it has some new features, but these presets will work just fine with the new version as well. I hope you enjoy them and thanks for watching. See you next time.